Bill here, and you've arrived at Detroit Commercial Photo and Video. This is Friday, and it's 1 o'clock, a few minutes after 1, I'm sorry to say, about 5 minutes after. And what we're going to be doing today, as I mentioned last week, is we're going to be doing food photography, and in particular, a chocolate cake. You may be able to see the cake here. I don't know how well you can see it there, but we got a beautiful cake. I took a slice of the cake out, got it decorated with red raspberries around, chocolate drizzle over it. Now, photographing food can be a very simple thing. It can be a very complex thing, depending on what you're looking to do and how you're looking to do it. Sometimes, if you've got a nice window with a northern exposure, you can put the food right there by there and actually get a pretty fair to middling shot by using some reflectors in front. The light comes in, bounces off of the reflector, and backs in. You can make the reflectors out of crumpled up tin foil, on some cardboard for that matter. So the reflectors are no big issue kind of thing. That's one way of doing it. We all love food. Some of us go to restaurants, we see that beautiful meal that that's sitting in front of us, and snap, boy, we got to remember what that sucker looks like. We put it at Facebook, we put it all over God's creation, how nice of a meal that is. Beautiful. But unfortunately, that lighting is flat, so you're really not getting the gist of the lighting. Proper lighting for food, you want to see the texture of the food. You want to be able to make it look alive, like you could almost eat the picture right there. That's the whole concept of food. You don't get that by a forward flash snap off of your camera kind of thing. So, different ways of doing it, as I mentioned, first of all, was by putting it real close to a nice window, diffusing the light coming through the window on a bright day from the northern exposure, so it stays consistent, and then on the opposite side of the food, some reflectors. I don't have a northern exposure here, so what I'm doing is I've got a what's called a softbox studio strobe up on top of it there, and we're going to be firing the lights electronically. To fill inside the cake here, excuse my little bump with my finger there, to fill in the inside of the cake there, I could do it with reflectors, but this is so much easier. I just simply put a speed light on, I can control the amount of power, I aim that puppy right into the center there, and it's going to give the proper light ratio, and we should be able to see what the food looks like inside beautifully. This is a gorgeous chocolate cake. Just for the record, by the way, I got this over at Paris Bakery on Joy Road in Livonia. I've been getting things from those people now for 25, 30 years. They do a fantastic job. The food is phenomenal. They make all kinds of cakes and rolls. Right now they're stocking up for Punchki Day coming up, so don't miss that. I mean, they've got cases there ready to ship them out. So they're really, really into it. I highly recommend Paris Bakery, great place to go, okay? That's where this cake came from. I put the strawberries in the drizzle. So, what we're gonna do though, as I said, I got the soft box in the back here. It's gonna be basically light in the top and around the sides. We got this light in here. And so you can kind of get an idea, hopefully you can see this. I don't know how well you can, but over on the side here, I've got a table set up with a laptop. And the laptop is going to give you a little bit of an idea on what we're seeing. Like right now I'm seeing a nice picture of the food. Everything behind it is out of focus. Nice soft shadow coming down the front here, okay, from this light. And this is really going to be a nice shot. So, going back to 2 Fridays ago, I talked about the creative parts of photography and why you want a DSLR. So this is it. Here we've got the camera set on manual. I've got the ISO, which controls the film speed, okay, at 100, which is as low as this will go. I've got the aperture, that's the lens, set at 7.1 for a medium depth of field. And I've got the shutter speed set at a 60th of a second. Could go down lower, but there's no point in that. Okay, so we got that set at a 60th. So we're going to go ahead and take a shot and see what we get. And we should be able to take it right from here. There we go. And that's our shot. You see it coming in right there? Ain't that gorgeous, if you can see that? Absolutely beautiful. Really see the texture of it. Everything is looking marvelous. Good looking shot, good looking cake. We're going to do one more. And we've got two with the same. Now, one of the nice things that you can do sometimes with this, just for the record, is we can play a little bit. So for example, we got this at 7-1. We're going to move this up. I think maybe we're going to try, okay, we just electronically move the aperture up to 8. So let's see what this one's going to look like. Who knows? Might even like it better. By the way, this is a setup that I frequently use when I go on location to shoot food. The reason is I'm photographing it. These images are going to come up on a screen without the owner or the manager. You can sit on a chair, relax, and see exactly what we're getting every shot. And we can make the adjustments as needed. You know, if he feels he wants a little bit more out of focus or whatever it may be, you know, we can do all those kinds of things. But for now, we've got some beautiful shots here. I think it's looking really marvelous. And that was at f8. Let's go up one more to, there's f9. Let's try f9. You know, now you can see this one really come out darker. That's way too dark now for this. We're losing a lot of the feeling, a lot of the texture in the cake. Everything's blending. The center of the cake is looking the same as the top of the cake. So it's, you know, that leaves a little bit to be desired. So that's the wrong way of going. We need to definitely, without a doubt, bring that back down. So we started at 7-1. Let's go back down here just for the fun of it. Let's try 6-3. You can see that. You can see how much brighter that is. In fact, I think I almost like that one better. Now we're seeing the top really nice. Seeing inside the cake beautifully. We got nice shadowing going around the edges, which is what you want, because the fact of the life is that everything's not square. You want to show the roundness. This is a round cake. We want to show that it's round. So that's what we're doing here by seeing the shadows, working the shadows around the edges kind of thing. So basically that's our post for today. Want to give you a little insight on what it's done. We could talk about this for hours. Once again, this is another huge subject. And how you do it can strongly depend on what kind of food that you might be photographing. That'll play a part in as well. What you're photographing, they play a very big part in it. Like oftentimes if it's a liquid, like I photographed some beer and things like that, you photograph that differently yet. But this gives you a little idea. You don't want the light blasting in, you want the light coming from the side, through a nice open window with diffused light in it will work as long as you can somehow bounce light back into the forefront in front of your camera kind of thing and get it in, without it being in the shot, obviously. So we're doing it here by using a speed light. We're using a nice softbox, give a nice light. One thing you don't want is harsh shadows. So everything we're doing here is creating nice, soft drop-off shadows, which is super important. Another thing we're doing here is we're getting nice out of focus effect in the background there and picking up some nice effects with the far side of the table, that kind of thing. So I like the shot. I hope everybody else does there. If you have a question, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay, you know, shoot away and we'll happily answer it. While you're on the page, by the way, go ahead and like it. Okay, we're looking to build up those likes. So like the page if you would, and have a great day. So we're keeping it short today. By gosh, we're done in about 10 minutes. How about that? That's a new time record for us. So thanks. Have a great day. See you all later now. Thank you very much. Bye now.